Hello. Hi, Sabrina. How you doing?
Hi Nathan, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Look where Sabrina is. Isn't that lovely? I'm stuck in a closet basically, and there's Sabrina in the great outdoors. It's not a background, right? That's not some sort of clever image. No, your hair's blowing around unless you've got a fan in your room and they've got a really great green screen.
Can you imagine? It's
Yeah.
next level of Zoom backgrounds. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
background, and then it's like 5D, like in
Yeah.
in movie theaters,
Oh,
and then
that's
something
lovely.
is sprinkling in your face.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. So Sabrina is joining us from where she lives in Spain, and maybe it's the garden or something like that. It's lovely. Um, Sabrina is a performance expert. She's done quite a lot of shows with us in the past. We've done 9 of this show, and we did a variety of other things in the past as well. And each episode is peppered with interesting, insightful tips and tricks and tools to help you, dear listener, conquer the problems of your website, making it faster and speeding it up, and all of the benefits that brings. Just before we begin, I know that some people like to drop in and make comments. If you would like to encourage your friends and relations to come and join us, that would be lovely. Send them here. wpbuilds.com/live. And if they go there, then they can be logged into a Google account and use the YouTube comments, which are at the right of the video if you're on a desktop. And also, you can use the little black box at the top right of the video itself, near where the WP Builds logo is, that way over there. And if you click that, it says something like live chat or something, then you can be anonymous. You don't have to be logged into any other account. Alternatively, if you're logged into Facebook, you have to go through this little hoop. Go to wave.video/lives/Facebook and authorize the platform to know who you are. But yeah, one more time, wpbuilds.com/live. Please share it and please make comments. Tell us where you are, who you are, all of that kind of stuff. But we'll get straight into it, shall we, Sabrina? Or is there things you wanted to say first?
Of course, I would like to make an overview of what you are doing here. It's this show is called Speed It Up Show, where we're investigating core web vitals issues, and the one thing we would like to do is to investigate issues on someone's website live. So, if you would like to suggest your website, the website that you're working on, for me to look at it in the show, could you please go to wpbuilds.com /speed. There will be a form there where you can add your website address and let me know what kind of access you're willing to give to me. It can be no access, access to WP admin, or access to Google Search Console only. Any option will be good. Suggest your website and we'll look at it in the next shows. It will be so much fun to look at someone's real website.
Yeah, that's
This
lovely.
episode, yeah, this episode is the third episode devoted to the same website. It's TechCrunch website, and we're investigating specifically cumulative layout shift there. It's going to be the last one. It's
You say that now, Sabrina.
we started yeah we started the first episode. It will be so this one is tense. So if you want to see previous two, it will be number 9 and number 8.
Yes.
So there we started first with tools that you can use to investigate if there are issues, how you identify them, which tools you can use. And in previous episode, we looked at, I just shared my workflow, how I do things, and that you can repeat too. And here and today, finally, we will get to investigating issues specifically, because now we know for sure that this website on these pages does have issues. It's not a mistake, a fluctuation in the lab tests. It's that we were able to reproduce issues that we saw in lab that we could have seen in reports, in real users' data reports, we were able to reproduce them in lab. And now having this information that yes, there are issues with real users' data, yes, we can reproduce them in lab using such and such conditions. Today, we will try and figure out the specific reason for these issues to happen. And I will show how I'm doing this from front end. It's all going to be from front end. You will be able to repeat this with tools on your own.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, we started on show 8 talking about, I can't remember. Then we ended up in the TechCrunch website. It was cumulate layout shift still. And then 2 episodes went by just concentrating on that. So we'll see. Let's see if we can get through it. Shall I share your screen? Yeah, are you ready for that?
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just would like to say hi also to everyone who is watching us. And if you're watching us right now, say hi in comments, and as Nathan explained how. I hope you will find the way to wave to us to say hi. We'd love to have you involved.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That's nice. I agree.
Mhm.
Now, when I raise my screen now, it's all blank. Before it had your TechCrunch website on, didn't it? But it's gone
Yeah,
blank. Oh, there we go. Look, that was it. Whatever happened there, I don't know. But
cool.
okay, over to you. If anything crops up in the comments, I'll let you know. And also, if I have any questions, I'll let you know as
Sure.
well. But I'll just hand it over and let's see where this goes.
All right. So I won't be repeating what we already discovered in previous episode. We will start from there. So we do know that this website has issues on desktop with CLS. We are talking specifically about CLS here today because if we will go to other topics, it will take us forever. It will be like a Brazilian soap opera.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh, we will focus on CLS, and I would like to show today how, like, okay, we know there is CLS that we can replicate on desktop with certain conditions. All right, how do we understand where CLS is happening and what is causing it? So it can be two different things, two different questions: where it is happening and what is causing. Because usually the place where CLS, the place, so CLS, it's cumulative layout shift, which by the name you can guess that it's cumulative number of all layout shifts on the page. So each and every layout shift is a separate, usually is a separate problem. So they might be connected, they might be not, but we need to approach them as separate problems and try to sort out the one that is the largest problem. So say you have the number of CLS, the metrics on your website. Here you can see it's 0.19. So this will be the sum of all CLS, of all layout shifts happening on this page. The most sane approach, to my mind, would be to figure out what is causing the most layout shift and try to fix the main troublemaker
Makes
first,
sense. Yeah.
right? So, and in most cases, it would be enough to pass cumulative layout shift. If you want to sleep peacefully at night, you might pick, even after passing, you might pick another one, another largest one after that, and fix that too. And then you can just forget about others if they don't, if you don't see, if they are small, if they don't really impact user experience and so on and so forth. If you're doing this to pass core vitals, you can do only the largest one. So, before diving into Chrome Dev tools and details investigation, I want to share another tool. Uh,
Ooh.
Actually, two tools.
Oh.
First, that one can use to see layout shift. So it's called waterfaller.dev. Let me check this website, and here you have a toggle, mobile or desktop. Let's see. I can't remember if we have issues on mobile. Let's check really quickly. Gosh, a week has passed, and I don't remember what we discovered a week ago.
This is why the show goes on, isn't it?
Because of my sclerosis. So they don't seem to have on mobile, but on desktop. Okay, let's check on desktop. So why I like this tool? Because it's very simple, it's visual, it's really easy to use. Everything is has graphic interface. You
Right.
don't need to dive into huge reports and be overloaded with data. It's very like user friendly.
Mhm.
So this, while it's loading, I will share another one that I was mentioning millions of times before, but I won't be tired of recommending it. It's webpage test.org. Now they have redirection, I think, because they were bought by Catchpoint. Let me check it. Webpage test.
Yeah, it's called Catch Point now, isn't it? By the looks of things.
Yeah,
Catch. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
okay. The URL is the same.
Yeah.
It's just the branding changed. Yeah, and there is
Yeah.
no redirection. Good. The thing with Sketchpoint with the web page test is that you have to be logged in to do tests now. And I'm logging in right now, and I will share my screen in a minute so that we can see the results there as well.
Okay, so that one's at webpagetest.org, but it's called Catchpoint. No doubt at some point that they'll flip the URL over because that's a bit weird. Okay, so we're waiting for the test results to come through. How long does that normally take? Is it a fairly lengthy process or fairly quick?
Actually, this waterfaller.dev sometimes doesn't work.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's not a huge company. It's a one-man show, and I'm just grateful for this tool to exist. So I can't complain for something I am getting for free.
Yeah.
But just so that you don't think that the issue is on your side, if you test, sometimes the service doesn't work. But I can see that it's loaded now. Let's look at it. Show results. This is the case when it doesn't work. Analysis is complete, but there is nothing here.
Oh,
It
okay.
happened to me. Yeah, it happened to me before. But yeah.
I'm currently running an analysis as well. So if I get something on my end, I can
Okay.
always just
Thank
show
you.
that. Yeah, that's all right. We'll see if it comes through. But
Okay.
let's see what happens. It's gone black again. I don't know what's happened there. Your screen has gone away.
Because I think it's because just a second. I think it's because I went to another window where I'm entering the credentials for web page test. Let me reshare really
It's
quick.
okay.
I will be sharing entire screen.
Okay. Do you want me to put that one up? Is that okay?
Yeah. Did it work?
Yeah, we've got it. Yeah.
So sadly, waterfaller.dev didn't work for us this time, but this is a cool tool when it works. I encourage everyone who is watching this to try this tool, especially for CLS. I will describe it just in a few words. So they make like a snapshot of the view that users get, and then they highlight the areas with CLS. This looks very intuitive for someone who is not used to using Chrome Dev tools and
Okay.
such.
Yeah, I see.
It will be really easy to see the CLS issues, and also there will be a line saying such and such div or such and such span is shifting. And then from there, you can go to figuring out why it is shifting. And the same, let's run test here as well. And the same will be here, but like in less user-friendly interface, but
Okay.
with more details. I will do this. I will check desktop here, and this is pretty much it. Let's start. And while this test is running, this will take some time as well. Sorry, I accidentally
Did you
clicked.
stop it somehow?
Yeah, accidentally.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'll run the same
Okay,
thing.
while test, what? Yeah. While this test is running, I will start showing like more complicated stuff.
Okay.
So if we will forget about these two services, how will we investigate? Let me go back to my desktop view. So we know there is CLS here. First thing I want to do, I want to open Chrome Dev Tools and put this doc either on another monitor that I don't have or separately, so that the Chrome DevTools doesn't interfere with the image that
Yeah.
Lighthouse is getting.
Got it.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
So this will be the first thing. Then I will put throttle the connection, as we already know how to do. Beautiful. Next thing, to detect parts that are shifting, I will do Control Shift P, and then here is run here and layout shifts. Layout. Show layout shift regions. I'm gonna pick these and I will reload. Mhm. Have you seen it? Let me
I'm
repeat.
go again.
All
No, sorry. I
right.
was staring, trying to see if my analysis on the other monitor had worked for the previous tool,
Uh-huh.
but I can't see that yet. Sorry, I was looking the wrong
All
way.
right. I just told Chrome DevTools to highlight regions that
Oh,
are
okay.
shifting for me, and they are highlighted with this light violet color. I'm going to reload this page. Take a look how it's highlighted.
Oh, yeah.
A
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit,
Yeah, yeah.
a
Got it.
little
Little
bit.
flash. Just a wee little
Yes,
flash of
big flash, and
big
then.
flash. That was the whole page, right?
So this gives us a huge amount of information, actually. We can even throttle the connection more
Okay.
and see it very slowly. So if we have used waterfaller.dev, it would tell you the biggest layout shift, like step by step. Here it's not telling us numbers. We can have numbers from Lighthouse test from Chrome DevTools, but I rarely do it uh, because it's I can't really rely on on those results without knowing all the conditions.
Okay.
Here I can slow down, and even without knowing numbers, I can see with my eyes what's happening.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. You don't. You just get
Yeah,
an immediate bit of visual feedback, don't you? That's good.
yeah. Uh, I will reload it again, and let's try together to figure out what is the largest layout
So,
shift
what are you
here.
on now? A 3G connection or something?
Uh, it's 4G, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 4G and all full. Nice.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
outside.
it was that the whole website, including the menu on the left, but
Mhm.
not the icon, not the logo. I don't think the logo was included.
Yeah. We saw that small bits were shifting, but also the very last one bit. It's
Yep.
like the entire part, this part, this everything except of sidebar shifted, right? And we can conclude, here it is, and we can conclude that this was the largest shift. right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that will be the shift that we want to figure out first of all, and it's going to be very, very easy because I think, Nathan, you know the answer. What is causing it to shift?
It's that great big iPhone ad at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
this
huge.
is
I mean, it
this is
really is big, isn't it? It's a really
yes.
big ad. Yeah.
I will just shift and try to fix it. We figure it out. The largest shift is that part, this part, is on the top in the very beginning, and then the ad is kind of inserted
Yeah.
and then shifts down.
Hmm.
This is the reason. We know what's shifting and we know what is causing it. The element above it is causing it. And it's going to be very easy because the problem is not only to identify, but sometimes the you don't have a lot of opportunities to fix it because it might be coming from somewhere else, like
Yeah.
from plugins, from themes. You need to find a creative way to overlap with their stylings. Here it's gonna be easy. Let's see how we can do it. Another thing. So here is a website. Let's imagine it's our website we are working on. So instead of going every time when we try something, go into code, flushing cache, and trying, like, make a change, see
Yeah.
what's happening, and,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. What we can do, and we're going to do it right now on this website as well. So I'm not working on the back end of this website. I am on front end. But even being on front end, I can do this. I can open developers tool, and there is a tab here called sources, and then there is another tab here called overrides. I'm gonna explain what I'm doing here. I'm going to save this page as it was loaded with assets and everything on my
Hmm.
computer,
Okay.
and I will be making changes, like it will be saved as old school HTML, and I will be making changes to the version saved on my computer. And can you hear the geese?
Yeah. I was wondering if it was like a rusty swing, but then I thought, no, it'll be an animal. And it
Yeah.
geese. Nice. There's geese. See, it's unless you've got a great zoom background with a fan and some geese in the room.
Yeah. And I'm going to edit that HTML page and see how my edits will impact. So, sources, overrides, enable local overrides, and then I can go to page. I can choose this page I'm at. I can click right button, and here I can save as.
Hmm.
I think save as. No, wait a second. It's gonna be. Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
Let
it
me.
depends that. Um, I think there's some sort of counting system going on, but you seem to have got away with it. Every time I've loaded that page, it adds that after a while.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Should be over here. Hmm. Sorry, I'm not sure why. This is so this is the content of
Uh huh.
this
This
page.
is the HTML doc. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Save as overrides should be saying here. Make a copy, delete. Hmm. Let's try make a copy, but for sure it was no, that's not it. But for sure it was save as local override.
Okay.
Hmm. All right, let's try make a copy. What if save as, and I will just save as as TechCrunch. I'm pretty sure I was following different paths all times before.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends. Maybe there was some update in my Vivaldi or something.
Maybe. I mean, that's entirely
Mm-hmm.
possible.
Yeah. So, let's now when we have it saved, hopefully. Let's look what is causing layout shift here exactly. So the problem here is that this ad appears later than it should, with the height is not set to it. So our task would be very easy to identify the proper tag where we will need to set maximum height.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and it should be maximum because for ads, usually when you have ads on your website, you know that maximum size from your ad provider. But let's see what we can get from this. Mhm. You can see Chrome DevTools,
I
right?
can. Yeah, it's right there.
Nice. Let's see. So this is a frame that goes into my task is to find the appropriate container.
Yeah.
This is not the one, not the one,
No,
not the one. This is not. Uh,
that could be
might be.
because it did impact the menu as well, so that it could be that one. I wonder what the one above it
Yeah,
is.
you see how it's set. Yeah, it's set margin left for the menu. It's not like
Oh yeah,
floating.
yeah,
It's
two
not
ten.
like
Yeah,
so. That's exactly the case when it might be like we know the issue, we know how to fix it, but it might be tricky to implement because of the way the theme is built.
I understand. Yeah, because you've got margins
Mhm,
and padding and things might be. Yeah, the content might be pushed out of the way of the navigation in this case with a
mhm,
margin on the left or so. Yeah, yep, yep,
mhm.
yep, yep.
But let's try this one. Let's try content. And
Okay.
here in Chrome DevTools, I can see um, in this part,
Yep.
I can see not only numbers, I can also see where they are set. So if I click here, I will max width, min height. Let's see if we have, yeah, this is the problem. Min height says 80%.
So the minimum height is always big, basically.
Uh, and the problem with 80% is that it needs to be calculated. And 80% from what? So
From
it
what
needs.
exactly? If there's nothing there, it can't. 80% of nothing is nothing.
Mhm, mhm.
So
That's
it has no height.
exactly. So it
Yeah.
has no height in the very beginning. Then it loads the layout of the page. It sees the height of the page or height of the block, and then it calculates. And that's why we see this layout shift. Let's just do the easiest thing we can here. Um,
Content, that one. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, content. So right now it's 250. So ideally we would go to different devices and see the maximum height for different devices. If you own this website and
Right.
you
Right.
have
Yeah.
access to ads, you know this number.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you can even do this. Let's set minimum height to 250 and see what happens. Um, this one, content, add unit. So I would go to sources. I would find here add unit. Here we are. Add unit content. What if um, file? Let's just. I will never get used to this.
Trying to find the equal sign. Yeah. In
Yeah,
probably in broad daylight.
I
Everything's
bought a
shiny.
new keyboard and it's been 3 weeks already, and I'm still not used to it. It's a gaming keyboard, and I
Oh, I
don't game. I don't
see.
play.
Everything's in different places, is it? Oh, that's fascinating.
It has yes, it has much more buttons that I would expect. than I ever use. Mean height. At least numbers are at the same place.
There, that's good. You got to find the cola. There you go.
Yeah. So this is it. Like normally, we're putting it here for testing purposes, and then it will be another challenge. Like if it works and we know what we need to put, it would be another challenge to put it in the right style sheet,
Right.
so that
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
loads as early as possible. Ideally, you would want to put it into HTML if you have the opportunity to put it into inline HTML.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. Let's see how it changes. It didn't change at all. Why?
Oh no,
Mm,
no. There was a. Oh no, the ad was 250, wasn't it? It did look like there was a bit there, but no. Let's have a look.
mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
I've managed to get something in my eye, and it keeps watering. I do apologise. I'm gonna just keep rubbing my eye for a bit. It's got right in there, little midget or little insect or something.
Mhm,
Pesky little thing. Oh,
mm. So I can see that our styles that we have just added here, they
yep.
were not updated, which means that overrides.
That is in the wrong place, so that it didn't save as an override. Okay, so we've tracked down the problem.
Let me try. I don't really like Chrome, but let's try. Maybe it's the version. Maybe it's update to Vivaldi or something that is causing issues to me.
Reject.
Uh, ah,
You clicked accept. Yeah.
yep.
Okay, let's see if this works. Okay,
Mhm,
so if you're watching this, Sabrina was using the Vivaldi browser, and the Vivaldi browser didn't allow her to save the overwrites in the way that she was anticipating,
mhm,
for reasons unknown. Maybe an update
mhm,
to the browser or something like that. So we're going to run the whole process again
mhm,
over on just the regular Chrome browser, Google's
mhm.
browser, and let's see if the mind you, I suppose if Vivaldi's Chromium based, it's probably
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
from the same channel, but I guess they do have their own slight variations. Okay, here we go.
No internet. Why? We
There, you've
do.
definitely got internet. I can see you.
That's true.
That's hysterical. Oh,
This
you see,
is
this is why we don't use Chrome.
no. I think it's some sort of magic going on with the Crunch website because we are working on it like
Yeah, yeah.
three,
There you
three
go.
episodes in a row.
There you
In a
go.
row. Yeah. Okay. Page
Override
override
content.
content. Okay. Here we go, and here I will look for add
Add hyphen unit
unit, and here is my
content.
container. Here we go. That's what I added. That's what I added in Vivaldi, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's weird. What the heck? How did that get there?
Uh-huh. Let's see. Oh, because they're using the same
They're
directory
probably using
on
the same path for the saved file, right?
mm-hmm,
Okay, so that's
mm-hmm.
something. So it was saved in the right place.
Yes,
Okay.
and I can't figure out why it doesn't work. All right. When something like this happens, what we can do, go to overrides, find our website, click right button, click delete, restart
Start
the process.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Start over.
Okay.
Yep. This is what happens in quite a lot of my life. Starting again just because things don't work. I know this feeling.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can do it this time. I know you can.
No, no,
No, you can't. I know
it's
you can't.
all right. Doing it again. So overrides, where sources overrides page, right click, save, override content. I will find here our add unit. All right. And here our content style. And then we go,
Oh, it's gone.
why?
I don't know. It just decided to take it away. Did you delete the
No.
Did you delete the file in Windows Explorer? I wonder if it knows if it's got a back.
It should be deleting itself when
Yeah,
I click delete.
from the GUI. Yeah,
Style.
it hates you.
Yeah.
Chrome literally
Okay,
hates you
I'll
today.
use my laptop. Um, Look what's happening. I don't
I know.
understand.
Yeah, it's literally deleting text that you've just typed in. I think they've decided we're not going to allow this. Yeah, that is most peculiar.
Okay. No, this is crazy. It just keep. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Keep going. We'll give it another minute or two, and if it doesn't work, we'll move on. I've got the test results from the Catchpoint service that we could look at, but I haven't
Yes.
managed to be able to get the Waterfaller service to work. Every time I click refresh, it just
Mm-hmm.
delivers me a
Mm-hmm.
set of blank analysis, which isn't
Mm.
particularly helpful. Right. Okay. Come on. Everybody,
Come on.
link arms in the virtual world. Link them. Look, there we go.
Okay.
I'm reaching out either side of the
Mm-hmm.
monitor. Virtually grab the arms.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if we can circle the wagons round Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
Wishing you the best of luck. Here we go.
Thanks.
Live coding. Who would do it?
Uh-huh. Add unit.
There it is.
I disconnected my keyboard just to take it out of the
Oh, in
game.
case the keyboard was in some way interfering.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it wasn't keyboard. I can see it jumping and something is happening, like someone else has access to.
Yeah, you haven't accidentally left anything on the trackpad of your tablet or of your
No,
there's no like goose with a mouse in the backyard just
no, I'm not sure what's happening. All right, let's take a look. Let's make a little break here.
Okay,
Take a look at webpagetest.org, and we'll come back here in a few minutes.
sure.
Maybe it will behave. Okay, web page test for CLS. Uh, so it can be a little bit overwhelming, but here we have Web Vitals, view Web Vitals, and here we have CLS, and this can be very, very helpful. I like this part, view as film strip.
Okay, I'm
And
following
you
along
can
on my
see,
screen, by the way, so that
mhm,
we.
and you can see how it's painted, like frame by
Oh, that
frame.
is nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is nice, except of that it's not showing the CLS that we saw with our eyes on our computers
Are you
before.
sure? Let's just move along a bit
Yes.
to the right. Does it not?
Yes.
Is the ad not bigger than that? No, the ad.
No.
Now interestingly though, that ad is significantly smaller than the one that we were served.
First, and also, can you see that on this lab test? Because this is lab test, the space is reserved. The space, white
Interesting.
space over here. That's why this goes back to my point in our previous episode that you should identify the issue first, and then you should find the conditions under which this issue can be replicated, where you can replicate the issue. Because looking at these test results, there is no issue. Everything is beautiful, but there
I
is an issue.
I have a different set of results. I'm actually looking on a mobile device at
Mm, mhm.
TechCrunch, and I can see on my Well, I could share my screen and you could see what you make of it quickly. Do you fancy doing that quickly? Let me
Sure.
just
I
pull
just
that.
want to point out that when we are investigating issue under one set of circumstances, we shouldn't be going to another, like
Yeah,
not to mix issues,
good
mobile
point.
and desktop.
Yeah, okay. That is a good point. I'll show it anyway, just in case
Mm-hmm,
there's any utility in it. You never know, there might be. So I have done exactly the same thing as you, in that I went to um, web page test.org, typed in techcrunch.com,
mm-hmm,
and now we're looking at the film strip view. But I
mm-hmm,
don't know where I tripped up and ended up with a mobile view, but you can see that my view is not the sort of typical rectangle.
mm-hmm.
But you can see if I quickly scan here. How do I invoke that? Oh, crikey. How do I invoke that bar? Uh, there we go. There's the scroll bar. You can see that in my case, it took 24 and a half seconds to load, but round about there, you can see that there's something going on. It started out as a really big gap, and then it got a little bit smaller, and then
Mm-hmm.
finally it ended up right there. But also at the beginning when it was loading, look at that. That's kind of peculiar. It went went from extremely narrow
Mm-hmm.
to uh, to the full width. So that was at the 8.5 second mark. So that's kind of intriguing as well. Anyway, there you go. So slightly different, but you're right. We're muddling up the waters, aren't we? And
Mm-hmm.
as they say in Ghostbusters, don't cross the streams. So
Yeah.
I'll take that off, and we'll go back to your screen instead.
And also, Nathan, as you already shared this and we looked at it, I just wanted to point out for everyone who is watching that there might be weird things happening during the load. It doesn't mean that you need to fix them all. Um, for example, that super narrow part that you've seen, if it doesn't happen to most part of users, if it doesn't impact CLS, if it doesn't impact user experience, just forget about it, and
Good
this is
point.
it.
Yeah,
So uh, it's the question from where what we identify as a problem. Do we identify everything that we see at this point that is wrong as a problem, or we identify the real problem with real users first? That's why I was talking about this for so long in previous episodes. We need to identify the problem for real users first, and then try to replicate this real problem in the lab. And then we being able to replicate, we should be investigating the real problem.
got it. Got it.
Mhm. And not mixing, yes.
Yeah, don't cross the streams. Yeah. So am I on the wrong screen? I think I'm on the wrong screen now, aren't I? I think you were on that one. There we go. I've got you in the right
Right
place.
now I'm on a film strip view
Yeah, I got it.
for
Yeah,
desktop.
I found it.
uh,
Yep.
Yeah, and interestingly, we do not have that big issue here. And also, going back to the result that you just shared on mobile, there was a big reserved space first. See, I cannot be not thinking about it right now. There was a big thing, big space reserved first. Then the ad was there. Then there was a frame with ad served, and then the content shifted.
Yeah.
It means that on mobile they have the opposite, the problem that is opposite to what they have on desktop. They
It's
do
too
have,
big and then it shrinks.
yes,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
they do have reserved space larger than it should be.
It's interesting because I'm guessing the ads are fairly dynamic, because what I can
Mhm,
see on the different ways that I've loaded it is that sometimes the ads are probably like 90 pixels high, which is a typical ad unit height. But
mhm,
the one that we saw earlier, the iPhone one, was 250 high.
mhm.
Maybe Apple are prepared to pay more, or they just occupy a little bit more space. But it's kind of curious that a website that big don't have something in place to figure out what ad they're about to serve. I don't know if that's even possible. but it definitely is a problem. And when I use the TechCrunch website on my phone, I very often, by the time I'm putting my finger to the link, it's gone. The whole
Mhm.
thing is shifted up, and that rings with what you've just said, because usually the link has gone up. So that is exactly what we were seeing there. The space for the ad block has been provided, then the ad turns out to be smaller, so it shrinks,
Mhm.
and then the whole thing goes up underneath it. It's a curious thing about the need for ads, isn't it? It spoils the experience for all of their valuable readers, but it's the way that they make money,
Yeah,
selling ad space. It's a difficult.
they wouldn't exist without it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just looking that we have like 10 minutes more left, and and no, we won't be doing. I don't think we will be
We
doing
can't
part
do a
four
fourth. No, no.
for TechCrunch only, but. I want to point out the way of approaching to fixing such issues. You said, isn't it possible to figure out the size of ad in advance? Sometimes it might be possible if you only set your ad network to be serving the certain size,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it might cut the revenue. That's why no one is doing this. The solution to this might be like it might have different implementations depending on your setup, but the approach is the following. You set the maximum height that you get as reserved space, and then you try to pretend that what is there it's by design, and like
Right, right, right.
um, the main thing here is to try not to make it very obvious to user, so obvious in the way that it looks ugly, by colors. For example, sometimes the background might be of different colors, and then you can see that something is definitely missing. By a line, if you align this ad in the center and in the middle of div, it might help. So um, if you don't know, and you don't know the size of the ad that will be served, you have to reserve space for the largest one,
Yeah.
and you can just center what you get in a way it fits in your design better.
Oh, you mean so center it vertically?
Yeah,
Uh,
vertically and horizontally. For example,
yeah,
uh, if you look at this screenshot, if we center it right now, it's centered in center, like it's aligned in
yep,
center, and it
yep.
looks ugly. If we would align it on left side, it would look like it's a part of design over here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So center it, so justify it to the left, but center it vertically
So center it
in the
vertically for
center.
height,
Yeah.
and for width, it depends on the design of the
Yeah, of
website.
course. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not going to be perfect, is it? Do you know what
yeah.
would be nice? Do you know what? I've
Mm.
just come up with a novel idea. I haven't come up with a novel idea. Wouldn't it be interesting? Is if, let's say that the ad got served, and there was, I don't know, a piece of JavaScript or something which realized that there was a bit of cumulative layout shift about to occur, and it did it very slowly. So it reduced by a pixel or two every, I don't know, tenth of a second or something. So it slid up gently instead of
And
all in
then
one go.
background music is playing, smooth background music.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. You could have that as well. I'm loving it. But the interesting thing is when I've used the TechCrunch website, um, I the fact that my finger goes and the whole thing moves in a heartbeat, then I miss the link, and that's infuriating. Whereas if the whole thing were to just slide up very fractionally over a period of a few seconds, I probably wouldn't miss the link because it'd only be, a little pixel out of line by the time my finger got there. Does that make sense?
It does, and I even would like to develop this thought more. Why? Um, like imagine we do it. It's slightly moving. The thing with web browser showing us pixel is that every why layout shift happens, because every movement is a repainting
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
browser.
yeah,
So if we
yeah,
have one big jump from here to here, it will be one repainting.
yeah.
If we have smaller jumps, it
It'll
will
be a
be
yes.
100 small repairments.
It's not a good solution.
I don't know. I genuinely do not know,
Yeah,
because, like, from what I'm just thinking right now, it will be each time it will be repainting, and it will taking resources from main
yeah,
thread,
yeah,
and it will be utilizing CPU and RAM for these things. But I don't know. There are browser games.
yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know, there are
yeah,
games like that you can play in browser. It means that some things can be done in the way they are both efficient and smooth.
yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, it is possible with, I would imagine, modern JavaScript to do something like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, there's your homework for this week, Sabrina. Come up with a solution for content layout shift specifically for the TechCrunch website, and then you can approach them and sell it to them, and their problems will be over, and you will be incredibly wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think we're done for today, or is there more you wish to say?
Uh, as because we already were looking at it, I just can't help not saying it. Just let's look at our web page test result again.
Oh yeah,
Um, here it's over here. Mm,
there it is.
it's over here. I just want to bring attention. It doesn't relate to CLS and to the topic of today's show, but this is an example of what we were talking before. When what you think is largest contentful paint on your website, and what two lab tools might think of it, and what it really is by Chrome user experience report. It might be three different things. Look, this lab test, and this is this uses Lighthouse as well.
Mhm.
This lab test assumes that largest contentful pane, the main element on this page, is this pop-up.
Interesting.
So for numbers that you would see in this report for this
Yeah,
very
yeah,
test,
yeah.
they would be for this element, while clearly largest contentful paint here is this image, or maybe this text. And sometimes the ad can be recognized as largest contentful paint. But this is probably a topic for another show, maybe the next one.
Oh,
So ideally, when what we as developers and we as owners of the website, as marketers of the website, want to introduce to people as largest contentful paint, what we consider to be the main thing on the page, ideally it should be the same as it appears to them. So if you would ask visitors of your website, like, what is the main thing on this page, they would pick the same thing that you intended to be the
yeah,
main thing.
yeah,
And ideally, if it's reflected in the reports as well, so that by real users' data, Google assumes that largest contentful paint is what you designed it to be, and not something else. Like here, where we have cookies, or what is that? Small pop-up in the bottom of the page counted as largest contentful paint.
well, we had mixed success there today, didn't we? We had
Mixed success.
gremlins in the system. just preventing
Mhm.
weird Vivaldiness,
Mhm.
and services deciding not to give us any data. How dare a
Mhm.
free service not provide us valuable data? Never mind, it was useful anyway. I actually saw some stuff in there that I hadn't used before. I haven't done the saving of the file in the way that you were doing there, so that I've learned something nevertheless, despite the technical gremlins. Are we back next week? Are we doing next week as well? We'll have something else to say.
Of course, and
Great.
we'll be back next week. If you have a website to suggest, please suggest it through the form that we have on wpbuild.com/speed. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice to talk next week about about fake LCPs? If you have an example of the website where you have LCP counted as not what you intend LCP to be, suggest
Interesting.
this
Yeah.
website for the next episode. It would be nice to see a
Yeah.
live website with this issue.
I'll keep my eyes peeled, see if I
Mm.
can find one that does exactly that. What I think we should do next week, though, is I think you should be holding a goose during the episode whilst trying to navigate the mouse and the keyboard, just for comedy's sake, just to see what that would be like. Don't actually do that, by the way. I was joking. Please don't bring a goose that way. it might not work out. Okay, that's it. We're done. We'll be back next week. It'll be same time. It'll be Thursday, 3 p.m.
Mhm,
UK time. Is it
mhm.
the same time where you are? Is it now
It's
coming up to
four.
4? It's 4 o'clock. Yeah, so it's basically the same time. That's handy.
No,
So
it's 4 p.m. when we
oh
start for
oh
me.
okay. So it's 5 o'clock now. Look
I'm in
how
Spain.
bright it is where you are at 5 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock here, and it's basically pitch black. Oh. I need to move to Spain. I can see it's on the cards. Right, that's it. Right, we're going to go. We'll be back next week, 3 p.m. UK time, every Thursday for the Speed It Up show with
Mhm.
Sabrina. There she is with Sabrina Zeidan. See you soon. Thanks, Sabrina.
Thank you,
Bye.
Nathan.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.